Here we go. Welcome back to another episode of the Begin Within Health Show. This one is a bonus episode. Nice, brief, quick hit for you to help to support you in your health and fitness journey. And of course, one of the things that we are big on at Begin Within Fitness, we always have been, is connecting fitness to health. It's not just about changing your shape. It's about improving health. We believe that is one of the biggest and best focuses that you can have when you approach fitness, is to approach it in terms of actually becoming a healthier version of yourself, not just changing the way that you look or the shape of your body, right? And the interesting thing is that as we pursue health, as we make decisions that we know are actually going to make us healthy, we have a much more long-term approach to this whole process. And as we improve health, the things that we often come to fitness for are kind of some collateral results. They happen along with our pursuit of better health. Now, that said, exercise, making better choices with nutrition, those things that are kind of keystone components to fitness are super important when it comes to improving our health, of course, right? And along with that, today, I want to share with you a recent article that I came across in Scientific American, well-respected journal, and it is written by an award-winning science journalist named Lydia Denworth. And I want to share with you some of the bullets from this article. The title of it, I think you're going to see exactly where I'm headed with this one. But the title of this article is "Weightlifting is Not Just for Jocks." Why? Why is weightlifting or resistance training something that it's not just for bodybuilders, it's not just for athletes? Why is it something that really is for you and me? It's for everybody, even regular people like us. Why can we say that? Does the science back up that statement? Well, of course it does. That's the name of the article, right? That's why we're here. Strength training, resistance training. Why should we perhaps consider including it in our exercise routine? Well, simply because of the physical as well as the mental health benefits that it provides. And this article contrasts resistance training or weightlifting with just simply aerobic exercise, hitting the treadmill, going for a walk, going for a jog, those kinds of things. We're talking about benefits like increased muscle mass, stronger bones, and reducing the risk of diseases like diabetes, as well as improvements in fatigue, anxiety, and depression. All come from strength training, weightlifting, resistance training. Interestingly, federal guidelines recommend doing strength training for all major muscle groups at least 2 times per week, in addition to aerobic activity on a regular basis. But here's the sad thing. 75% of Americans are not doing that. They're not meeting both the aerobic and the strength training recommendations. I would venture a guess that there's very few that are even meeting one, whether it be the aerobic or the strength training, right? And 75% aren't meeting them both, right? They might be doing one, but not the other. So we need to do some improvement. If we're going to get all those benefits, the mental health benefits as well as the physical health benefits. Studies have shown, as is explained in the article, that strength training on a regular basis, I'm talking about lifting weights, resistance training, is associated with a 10 to 17% lower risk of overall cause mortality compared to not doing it. And combining aerobic and strength provides the lowest mortality risk. That makes sense, right? To combine them is even better. So what are we talking about? Where do these benefits come from? Well, strength training helps to counteract natural loss of muscle that occurs as we get older. We're all losing muscle, which means we're losing strength, which means we're changing the way that we digest and metabolize the calories that we're taking in, right? We lose muscle mass naturally as we age. So strength training helps to prevent that. It improves our metabolic health. And of course, it makes everyday activities easier because we're getting stronger. And then it also benefits as those muscles, as you know, are connected to our bones by means of our tendons. As those muscles are pulling at those anchor points, pulling on those bones, making those joints flex and extend. As we use those muscles, the bones also get stronger, which of course you probably know is something that we absolutely want as we get older. Now, someone would say, what type of training are we talking about? I call it weightlifting. You don't even have to lift weights. It can be any form of resistance that gets your muscles working. It's beneficial, whether it's weights, resistance bands, machines, or even body weight exercises, which we do a ton of as we train clients on Zoom. They're generally at home. We're training them on Zoom. They're often doing lots of body weight style exercises, or we're using resistance bands. Very versatile, very inexpensive, something that you can use in just about any space in your home to be able to help you. And of course, the article recommends start slowly, avoid injury, and then work to make it into a regular habit and challenge yourself over time, right? We're not going to try to do the insane workout the first time out. We're just trying to get used to the movements, to exercising in these different movement patterns, to using the muscles. We can always increase intensity over time, but of course, consistency is much more important than intensity. We have the rest of our life to improve in intensity. The main thing is that we're working at being consistent with strength training. Now, with all that being said, you've probably heard me say this before. When it comes to exercise, some is so much better than none. That doing something, as long as you're doing something and doing it consistently, I really don't worry too much about what specifically we're doing in terms of exercise. As long as it's safe, as long as it's something that you could do consistently, we can always change, right? We can always evolve our exercise routine. We can always change the things that we're doing. The main thing is make it consistent. Remember, some is so much better than none. So much better than none. That if you're at least showing up and doing something, it doesn't matter to me what it is that you're doing at the end of the day, as long as you're showing up and you're doing something. Keep doing something. Keep challenging yourself. Keep working hard. And you're going to see many of the benefits that we already talked about. And of course, strength training. If it's something you can incorporate, something you feel comfortable doing, do it. Get it going, because the benefits, what you stand to gain, is so vast. This really is like the fountain of youth. Strength training is the best thing that we have for it. We call it that in our sessions. I always encourage clients with that. Hey, we're going to the fountain of youth today. Let's do it. Let's get those weights moving. Let's get those resistance bands going. Let's get to work. So if you can incorporate it, incorporate it. Research shows this is where it's at. Everything that we want. This is where it's at when it comes to fitness and improving our health. If we're going to be nitpicky, we're going to pick a certain type of exercise, this is the one. Let's do it. It's strength training. And of course, if you need support with that, if you're thinking, man, I'd love to, I don't know where to start, I'm not sure if it's right for me, I don't know how to make this work at home in the space that I have, reach out to me at Nate Slager on social media. I'm here for you. I want to help you to incorporate it into your life as well, so you can enjoy all the benefits that the rest of us are out here enjoying as we incorporate strength training into our regular routine. Thanks so much for being here with me. I appreciate you. I'm glad that I could share a little bit of time with you. Keep up the great work. Keep taking good care of yourself. I'll talk with you again soon.